Hi, I'm Zachary Cowan, the author of the Study Daily books, and thanks for joining me for a look at Doctrine and Covenants, section 24. Section 24 is really interesting. In the section heading, that italicized part that you get, at the very end it says this: there's been a period of persecution. And so this section was given, as well as 25 and 26, for this intent: to strengthen, encourage, and to instruct. Well, what in the world's been going on? The church is just pretty new. Here's some of the things that have happened. A few weeks after the church has been organized, Emma and Polly Knight or Sally Knight and a few others wanted to be baptized. And so they went out and they dammed this river, and they thought, great, tomorrow morning we'll let it fill up with water and we'll be able to perform baptisms. Well, in the middle of the night, some people came forward that were worried, congregational leaders that were worried about losing some members of their congregation. They broke down the dam. Well, the next morning they say, okay, and they build the dam back up. And then later that afternoon, they're hopeful to be able to attend baptisms, and a mob shows up. Like, not a violent one, but a pestering one. And they catcall at people, and they jeer at them, and they make fun of them as they're being baptized. That is not like any baptism I have ever been to before. I've never been to a baptism where people call you a fool as you go under the water. No, instead, our baptism's full of lovely, kind people who are there in support of it. Well, they come back to the house hoping that they'll be able to confirm them. And the people continue to just surround the house and shout. So they leave to go to a different place. And when they arrive, Joseph is arrested for being a disorderly person because of the uproar that he's caused in the community. And he's taken away. So Emma's not even she's not even confirmed a member, given the gift of the Holy Ghost at this point. She has to wait. Joseph goes off to a trial, and he's acquitted from all of those charges. And then as soon as he's acquitted, he's arrested on the same charge for a different county. Like, you're causing uproar. And so they bring him into that. And finally, it's been about a month, and Emma still hasn't been confirmed a member of the church, just because of all the persecutions and the things that are happening and coming. And that's a hard time. So the Lord gives this revelation to encourage, to strengthen, and to instruct them. So go ahead, pause your video, and go read Doctrine and Covenants, section 24, and look for this. What does the Lord say that would encourage them, strengthen them, and instruct them? And you can look for this when you're having hard times, and maybe you're already having a hard time. What does the Lord say in these verses that would encourage you, that would instruct you, and that would strengthen you during those hard times? Hey, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, welcome back. One of the greatest verses that's given to help strengthen and encourage and instruct sometimes doesn't come across that way. And it's verse 8, like, be patient in afflictions, you're going to have many. I don't know that that is super encouraging, other than we know and we can prepare and brace ourselves against it. But you probably know this in your life, that most of the things we do are going to be hard, and they're going to be a struggle, and they're not going to come easy. But yet the promise is God will be with us through the end. And thus he will help us, and we can do that. That is encouraging, and it is strengthening, and it does instruct us that, look, life does have a lot of challenges. That doesn't mean it's not worth living. And then you have this whole pattern that goes all throughout the whole Revelation on Joseph: write and speak in the moment, and go and teach, and go out, and when people let you in their house, bless their home and have it be for good. And if they reject you, then that's too bad, and that sometimes it'll be even a curse upon them, and we don't want those things. Verse 19 suggests that anybody that's ever called forth to go out and to teach and to minister to people are to follow this pattern, that we're to bless people, and we're to teach in the moment, and we're going to keep studying scriptures and getting revelation, and all of that will come. Another thing that comes up is Joseph is told in verse 19, this isn't very encouraging either. Look, in temporal matters, you're not going to have great success. And he's not. Joseph is a terrible businessman. Nearly any business venture he ever goes into, it doesn't work well, because he's a prophet. He's a much better prophet than he is a businessman. Some of our prophets today are great businessmen, but Joseph Smith was not one of those. And because of that, the Lord invokes a thing that he did anciently. He told this in the book of Matthew and Paul and many others. They said, look, when we have a prophet that they devote their entire time to the building of Zion and the kingdom, they need to be taken care of. We support them, we sustain them. And so in verses 3 and also in verse 18, this idea of taking care of prophets, we believe that today. And so church leaders and general officers and authorities of the church have a living stipend. Now, compared to other CEOs and things that run mega conglomerates, it's not very much. We know it's about a 6-figure salary to help them live in Salt Lake, or to help them live where they do, to buy clothes, to pay tithing, and to do those things. And most of that comes from the business sides of the church that they run. But yes, we take care of prophets so that they can spend their time taking care of us and teaching us things and guiding us and directing us. And again, compared to some of the things out there, this is not a thing where it's super prestigious. Most general authorities took a significant pay cut to go full-time in teaching the Lord's message. And we get an opportunity to help that message continue to go forward. Just like anciently people would give horses and food to Joseph Smith, so today people allow the prophets to have a small allowance to live on, a means to get by and to do well. Hey, thanks for studying with us. We'll see you next time as we study Doctrine and Covenants, section 25.